everybody, JC here with another T&I toy review. And today's review is in association with MarvelousNews.com, your #1 news source for everything Marvel. And for today's review, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Avengers Age of Ultron SH Figuarts Ultron Prime figure from Tomasi Nations and Bandai. Now this figure comes packaged in the same style packaging we've been seeing with all the Marvel SH Figuarts. You've got the window box packaging with the figure clearly displayed. You have the Avengers A logo on the front window. You have the name of the character off to the side. You also have on the front window Ultron's little logo, an image of the figure, and the Avengers Age of Ultron movie logo. On the side of the packaging, we again have an image of the figure, and then on the back of the packaging, we have a look at the figure in various poses showing off the accessories and everything. Okay, so let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. So here's a look at the figure outside of the packaging along with the other content. So first of all, you get the little instruction sheet that shows you how to switch out things like the hands. And you get 3 different sets of hands with this figure. So you get the closed fisted hands, which are attached to the figure when you first take it out of the packaging. And then you get 2 different sets of open hands. And these 2 different sets are almost identical. It looks like maybe one of the pair have the fingers open a little wider than the other. But for the most part, these are very similar pairs of hands. So they're kind of redundant. Really, I would say you only need 1 of these sets. But as it is, you do get 3. And the overall detailing on the hands are pretty good. It's done with the same kind of metallic silver as the rest of the figure, and you got some nice sculpting detail on the fingers and the inside of the hand with the line work and everything. So, you know, again, nice sculpting detail. I don't really see the point of the second pair of open hands because they're so similar to the first pair of open hands that you get. Switching out the hands is easy. You just pull off the hand you want to switch out, and the hand's got the hole, and you got the little peg joint, and then you just pop in the one that you want to switch it with, and it pops right in. So for the figure itself, I think they've done a pretty nice job with the sculpting and paint applications. You've got various colors of silver and gray on this figure, so it's not just like one color of silver, kind of like we see with Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Ultron Prime. So you've got on the head here nice sculpting detail with the line work on his face. He's got the red eyes and the red mouth, and then he's got these red stripes that go on the top of his forehead. So I really like the detail here, and you've got these side pieces, and those are done with a little darker gray than the rest of the head, so they stand out. And then you can see here around his chin, again, they've done some darker colors. And I like the way the neck is sculpted. I think they've done a good job with that, with the line work. And the back pieces, again, you've got some darker gray with the lighter silver, and then you've got some red mixed in that you can see on the underneath. So, you know, just really nice detailing as far as how they've sculpted this one. On the shoulder pads, again, you've got the darker gray, and you've got some red on his arm. Then down the front, again, you've got some more red. So I really like how this figure comes out looking. I'm not a huge fan of this look of Ultron from the movie, but I think they've done a really nice job with the sculpting, and then he's got the little toes, the Ultron toes. The only part of the figure I think maybe looks a little bit off is I don't like how these joints for where the hands connect to the arms look on the figure. I think they look a little funny. I don't know how you'd get around it and allow him to continue to have the joints, you know, the wrist articulation there and everything. But that's the only place where I think the figure maybe looks a little off to me. So this figure stands about 6 3/4 inches tall. And here he is next to the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Ultron Prime, and you can see that the SH Figuarts one is much shorter. And then here he is next to the SH Figuarts Age of Ultron Captain America and Age of Ultron Iron Man, and you can see Ultron is a little bit taller. And finally, here's a comparison with the SH Figuarts Age of Ultron Hulk and Age of Ultron Thor, and you can see Ultron is a little taller than Thor, but not as tall as the Hulk. So articulation is pretty good on the figure, though it is limited in a few places. So he can turn his head to the left and to the right, and he's got some good down movement with the head. And if you push the head back and up a little bit, he can look up a bit. You can also pivot the head to the left and to the right. Now this whole neck piece up here actually has some movement. You can do it back and forth a little bit. Arms are attached with these type of hinge joints, but with the way it's sculpted with these shoulder pads, he really can't do his arm out very much. That's about as far far out as he can do the arms. He does have rotation there. It rubs a little bit, so just be careful. And then he does not have a bicep swivel. He's got a double jointed elbow, so he does have good bending at the elbow. He does not have swivels at the elbow. He does have swivels at the hands, and then he's got those little peg hinge joints, so he's got good up and down movement with the hands. He's got a midsection, so he can crunch a little bit, but not very much, and he can look back a little bit, but again, not very much. This basically upper piece is attached to a ball joint here at the middle, and you can rotate a little bit to the left and the right there at the midsection as well. He doesn't have an actual waist swivel, though. Legs are attached with ball joints, so you can kind of pull them down and get the leg forward, and you can do the leg back, and he's got a little bit of rotation there at the ball joint, but not really a whole lot. Then he does have double jointed knees. Now these knee pads, actually, they're separate pieces and will pop off when you bend his knees, so just be wary of that. But he does have double jointed knees. And then he's got hinges on the feet, so up and down movement, and he actually does have ankle pivots, and then he's got toe articulation and no peg holes on the bottom of the feet. Okay, so that's my review. Overall, I think this is a pretty solid figure. I like the sculpting detail on this one, and the extra paint applications I think make it stand out over the Marvel Legends counterpart. Now it is much shorter than the Marvel Legends version, but I think if you've been collecting the other SH Figuarts Avengers Age of Ultron figures, this is one you're going to want to add to your collection. Now it would have been cool if they had added a few additional accessories, like maybe some blast effects or something, but again, overall I think this is a pretty solid figure. So it is available now. You can get it at places like Big Bad Toy Store. We'll have a full gallery of images of this figure up at marvelousnews.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment, let us know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. Also, if you haven't already, please follow me on my Facebook and or Twitter pages. I'll have links to those in the video description as well. And until next time, I'll catch you later.